We are here to discuss who Elio is. Can you share a little bit about what your vision is for 2024? Leaderboard coming to the game. Hey guys, we are here with Elio. My name is Boris, and I am founder of Hype Masters and ex-director of World War Armies, because Elio is now officially taking over the reins of the game. And we are here to discuss who Elio is and basically what are his plans for the game for 2024. And yeah, let's embark on this journey. Elio, maybe you can start by telling a little bit about yourself, your career in gaming.
Sure thing. Hey guys, I'm Elio. So I worked in gaming for more than a decade now. I'm getting old. You can see some of my gray hair on my beard, on my hair. But anyway, I worked at different companies. I worked on PC games, I worked on mobile games, and now working on both at the same time,
Yes,
which is quite exciting. Worked at companies like Webzen, also Ubisoft. I even had my own company for a while, and now I'm really excited to join World War Armies, which is like really exciting project where we still have a lot of things to do, but it's like the world is our oyster. We have like so much to accomplish and so much to still go to.
So tell me a little bit about your journey with World War Armies. Why did you pick us? Why did you pick the game? And what do you think is special about the game in your opinion?
When I worked at Riot Games as well before, and what I quite like is like this competitiveness that we bring to the RTS genre, with limiting actually some of the gameplay components, making it a bit less complicated on the macro level, but giving actually a lot of micro actions to the user. So that part, for example, I find really interesting. I always loved RTS. I used to be ranked on Warcraft 3 at the time when I was younger, when I had the time. And now, like, I still play a lot of like games on mobile and PC that are related to real-time strategy. But yeah, I really like this DNA as well. That's a bit unique to World War Armies that we can see in the art style of the game, even if we just really the UIs. But you know, like still like encapsulate this uniqueness and this DNA that's unique to World War Armies, while giving like some tools here to the user to really like just jump into the battle and still be able to have fun. There's a lot of RTS out there that you need to start, and it's going to take you a long time actually, a long progression curve, a lot of videos to watch to know even what to do.
Even League, man. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, even League, you're right. In our case, I think like it's easier to onboard. It's still hard to master. Don't get me wrong, because knowing all the units, all the counters, all the meta, etc. There's still a lot to do there, but it's very easy to just start, create a unit, capture a point. This part is very easy for anyone to understand. So that's a long answer to your question, but that's mostly why I love it and why I still think like that we have a lot of things to still bring to the user.
Nice. So when taking on the job, you shared with me all your thoughts, and I thought they were amazing. Frankly, that's why I think you have the job now. Can you share a little bit about what your vision is for 2024? What's to expect, and what's the most exciting thing you want the team to be working on?
Sure thing. So we still have a lot to do. I think like not everything will be done in 2024, but we'll do like a big chunk of it, of course. So one thing that we see in the game at the moment is that the unit and the deck diversity is not pushed sometimes so much. So you could be very comfortable with one deck, and that's fine. You know, like you should play your battles with your one deck that you love. But we should also offer like more diversity on a regular basis. So after several discussions, one of the things that we thought about is to actually include seasons this year to World War Armies as soon as possible, but as soon as possible won't be tomorrow. It will be like maybe mid-year or something like that, that we're going to be able to have them live. And one of the things that we want to do is really create a new pacing in the game. So at the moment, for example, when you come inside and you check, like there's a couple of sprint events, there's a couple of few things, but it's a bit hard to see the constant diversity. Here we want to bring really a machine that actually brings content regularly to the user, and that makes it like quite fun actually to log in. So seasons are going to be one of the drivers. One other thing that we need to touch up on eventually, that again, I can't tell you when exactly, but most of it's going to happen this year and some of it maybe next year. But the way the battles are at the moment can be a bit repetitive. And the way we pick battles and some maps, for example, when you play, may not be the best one. Like sometimes like you do that because you want a fast battle or something like that. But actually it's on our side to offer you different ways to have a fast-paced experience that can be fun, that you don't have to play 30 minutes for, where it can still be different, you know, from one battle to another. So that's something that we need to work on. We need to work on as well, like, I mean, I can say we need to work on, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
We need to work on as well, like giving this moment of really, like, you know, like snapshot decisions that make the tide of the battle change. You know, like for example, you have a unit and you have a skill that you need to activate at the right time to actually like enable the other user to make a mistake. For example, we have some of our latest tanks do DOT damage. So this actually gives you a lot of like control over the map, and just push the opponent to have this fraction of a second where they're gonna think like, oh, maybe I shouldn't control this point because I'm gonna lose unit, like because actually my health point is like 20%, something like that. Where actually like maybe it wouldn't have been that, you know, but you actually can play mind games with your opponent. So I think like pushing on that's gonna be very important. Pushing on making legendary unit feel legendary is going to be another one. We want you to feel like when you get a legendary unit, like it feels like really badass, like you're really happy about it. At the moment, so like there's some of the economy there that we can actually tweak upon, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to address that.
So we chatted about season and we chatted about legendary units, but what your plan is for the content? Are we going to see other nations, other units? Like, what is it? Come on, tell us.
All right. So at the moment, so I will finish up on the seasons and then talk about the other thing. But actually, everything will be bound to seasons now. So yes, with the seasons, we're planning to have like a good treadmill of content that will bring new units to the user. So new units and ways to counter them. So that's going to be very important to give you, okay, this is cool and you can use it and have fun with it. But at the same time, you know, you can counter it with different means. So that's going to be one of the things that's going to happen with the season. 1 or 2 units we're going to see. Season format to be fully decided, probably around 2 months, but we'll confirm that as soon as possible. For the new nation, it's going to be this year, if all goes well. It's in the plan. We're actually starting this week doing the first 3D models of the 2 first units of the nation.
Question mark nation.
We will 2 syllables. That's what we can give for now. That's the teaser. For the rest, it's coming later. But yeah, so we're starting actually on the new unit of the new season, of the new nation. Sorry, where it's going to be released with one of the seasons, if all goes well. So let's see. We're gonna have like a bunch of seasons this year, not the full year, of course. We're not going to start before mid-year, but let's hope something for fall or something like that.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Nice. So we've also recently had our first community tournament, and that proved to be interesting. Like we had hundreds of views of YouTube videos. Clearly, the community is interested. You know, our core players enjoyed the experience. What do you think, or what are you planning to do with competitive aspects of the game in the coming month or this year? Anything inside the game, or just say community tournament? What your idea is for that?
So it's probably going to be a combination of both from what we have planned right now. So the tournament was really great. Required a lot of time on our side to make it work, and our community managers did a great job, like being up like a lot to be able to cater to all the matches. I think it's quite amazing to watch the matches, see the comments on the matches, like, oh, why did he do this at minute 1? How would he do this? You know, like all this real, like, you know, like lifetime, like snapshot decisions that were made and that I commented about. So like, I think that is really amazing, and that we need to keep on doing it. However, a lot of these competitions are not going to be a thing for all users. So we want all users to be able to compete as well. So that's going to be done by the means of leaderboards that are going to be coming to the game.
Leaderboard coming to the game.
So this one I think we can say.
Leaderboard coming to the game.
So this is going to give a venue for all users to compete. First into events, probably with seasons as well, teaser alert. So that's going to be for all users. You're going to have something for the most competitive, but some rewards as well for the users that are a bit less competitive but still want to participate. It's important always to cater to both. But after, for the tournaments like the one we organized, I think we're going to have similar things happening, probably bound to the season to a certain level. Let's see how we actually fine-tune the last details. Maybe the condition of entry are not going to be the same. Maybe next time we're going to try to give a little bit more to everyone when there's a tournament, for everyone to celebrate and not just to the winners. So it's something that, yes, we're going to work on to keep high competitive content in the game, but also give venues for competitive players that are more like, I can be competitive on the weekends because I have a bit of time there to play. These guys should have a reward as well. So that's the plan.
Nice. All right. So tell me about this thing. We've started naming our generals something else. Why?
Yes. You're right. So there were a lot of discussions, and we changed. I pushed for a change last minute. That's something that we're gonna tease a little bit, maybe in this video.
Please, go ahead. Let's tease it.
So generals are gonna be renamed officers, and that's starting actually very soon. In the next couple of months, you're gonna see already with the new first-time user experience, some of the users are gonna start seeing something different when they start playing, and then all the users are gonna see something different within a couple of months. They're gonna be introduced by a new officer. The officers are gonna be like the general, someone who's gonna help you on the field, help you guide the tide of the battle. But we had another name for that we decided to keep in the bank for now. So we had another name that was heroes, and we found that it was not matching exactly what we wanted to achieve with the general revamped to officers. So heroes is something that we're gonna, a very, very high level teaser. It's gonna be something that we want to bind a bit more to unit. The identity of the game is moving a little bit, and they felt like a bit like on an old identity that was more like coming from really the beginning of the game. And to match really a bit more what we want to achieve now with World War Armies, we needed fresh blood in the battle. So the new officers are a bit more young, a bit more active. They're gonna have a bit more character that they're gonna bring. So they're gonna be impacting actually your experience a little bit more. The points that you need to feel a bit closer to them, more than this is just like a thumbnail that I see here and there. These guys are gonna be a bit more with you on the battlefield, and you're gonna feel the impact a bit more, and they're gonna be a bit more likable, or not, depending on which nation you're using.
Yeah. Also, I feel it's important to say that for us, the entity of a general, it's a very high rank, right? And we actually wanted to reserve it for the player, for you guys. We want you to be the general of generals, and not have a general under you, but you are the general, and you command your officers and your army. So that's also important to solidify that, clear-cut entity for the player. And yeah, officers are young, they're there to help, they're your assistants in the battle, they're very powerful assistants, but still, you are the general. Tell me, how are you planning to make the new nation unique? We've talked about the new nation coming. Are they going to be still riflemen and the usual tanks, or are you going to spice it up a little bit with something different?
So we have plans for now, and we have plans that may change. But based on the plan that we have so far, we want to think as the nations have a bit of different identity. So at the moment, let's say the units are going to look a bit different, yes, but there's so much we can differ from, let's say. But what we want to do is, like, if you think about other RTS, for example, like StarCraft, etc., every faction has a different purpose. One of them is a bit more like, not bland, but a bit more like well-rounded, like humans, for example, or you have the Zerg that are a bit more aggressive. So let's say with the last one I said, what we're thinking to achieve right now with the new nation, it's something maybe a little bit more aggressive. And that can be maybe countered by some willies, etc., but that should be quite aggressive, let's say, in the beginning of the battle. So that's, for example, something that we're looking a little bit at, like it may change, but at least it's our first approach. So something that's actually focused maybe on resource costs that are a little bit less important than other nations. So with an average cost that's a bit lower. Of course, the units will be a bit more squishy, but they're gonna enable you to actually like trick and trap your opponent in different ways that you cannot really do right now, because you're gonna be able to actually be generating more units than before.
Nice. All right. Thanks, Elio, for that. And I hope it was enlightening for you guys to hear about what's coming up in 2024. Definitely watch out for seasons. Take part in the leaderboard events. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the game. Thank you, Elio.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bert.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for staying with us until now. I'm really glad that you've watched the whole episode. Please follow us on social media. Download World War Armies on mobile and on PC very soon. And follow us on social media for updates.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Boris.
Thank you.